The woman was lying on an air-filled inflatable raft when suddenly the water beneath her started shaking violently. She looked up and saw that her friend had fallen into the sea and only a stray jet ski was floating on the surface. Panic set in until her friend finally managed to swim back out of the water. Her best friend, Tracy, had saved her life by swimming back to the raft. No one really knew what had just happened. Her boyfriend decided to swim and fetch the jet ski, but then, out of nowhere, a gigantic whale's tail splashed into the water. They came out and slammed hard. Both women were stunned by the sudden appearance of that huge creature. They were gripping the raft tightly, screaming with all their might. Suddenly, an invisible force pulled the boyfriend underwater. After several minutes of struggling, he finally surfaced. The women lunged forward and grabbed his hands, but right at that fragile moment he was pulled down again. Seconds later, the water turned red and terrifying sounds echoed all around. In the midst of this chaos, Maddie spotted a rock not far away. She hoped to distract the vicious killer whale's attention. Both women slowly started pushing the water with their hands, inching forward. As the reef came closer, they breathed a sigh of relief, but the next moment another blood-curdling scream echoed. Frozen with fear, they realized the orca was right beneath them. Just as they were about to reach the reef, they were pulled back again. Their faces turned pale with terror. When they turned around, they saw that the killer whale had clearly bitten through the rope. Maddie grabbed it and pulled with all her might. But terrifying waves started rising again in the water. One of them had a dorsal fin that was curved like a knife. It lunged straight at them. The women were completely frozen with fear. They had never seen such a horrifying sight before. The creature not only had knife-like fins, but was also making ear-piercing screeches. After circling around a bit, it went back into the depths, like it was playing a deadly game of hide-and-seek. They knew that if this kept up, they wouldn't survive. After hesitating for a long time, Maddie decided to leave the raft, but the overwhelming fear, she couldn't swim because of that and had to crawl back onto the raft. Meanwhile, they were about to reach Tracy Reef, and immediately changed direction and started chasing her. At this critical moment between life and death, Tracy finally managed to climb onto the rocks, where she collapsed from exhaustion. But Maddie was still in serious danger. Her failed escape attempt had shattered her confidence. She was trembling uncontrollably, too scared to even move. Worst of all, the raft had started losing air. Seeing no other option, Maddie decided to risk everything. She made up her mind. She dove headfirst into the sea and started swimming with all her might, as if she had turbo engines strapped to her legs.